Hey guys, what's happening?
What's going on, guys? Master MariK here, back with another Dragon Ball Super deck profile. Over the weekend, we played in the first tournament since the release of the Tournament of Power set, and we had no choice but to go with our boy, Son Gohan.
Fight you? No, I want to kill you.
This leader is so aggressively good. I know a lot of people have argued that Frieza is better than him because Frieza doesn't have to attack, he just has to discard. While I do kind of agree with that early on, Frieza might seem better, but I think that overall Gohan is better in the long run. He's got the Warrior of Universe 7 trait, so all Universe 7 in all areas have no specified cost. And once per turn, when you combo with a Universe 7 from your battle area during your turn, draw 2 cards. When you're 4 less life, choose 2 energy, set it to active, flip this card over. In which he becomes Son Gohan, the leader of Universe 7. This leader is so good as a foil. Like, they just did a phenomenal job with it between the card and the art. And his permanent says, all Universe 7 in your battle area can combo when in rest mode. So he's got the same draw 2 from cards being comboed from your battle area, but all Universe 7 can be comboed while in rest mode when he is awakened. So you get yourself to 4 life, and then you can swing with all your guys and combo with them after they've attacked. That is insanely powerful. I think the Gohan leader is extremely underrated. Now, since we're running a Tournament of Power deck, of course, the first card that had to go in the deck was Ready to Fight Son Goku. Who's your 1-cost 5,000 tutor. Look at the top 3 cards from your deck. Choose one Universe 7 among them and add them to your hand. He's really nice because you play him, get your search off, and then you just attack with Gohan and combo him. He literally serves 2 different purposes to let you get a +2 out of his ability. So you run 4 of those. Now, one of the cards that I think doesn't get enough credit is Focused Mind Son Gohan. He's a 3-cost 15k with Barrier, and his activate main, once per turn, look at up to 7 cards from the top of your deck and choose a Universe 7 among them. You may play that card by paying its energy cost. Now, that doesn't seem very great since you don't get it for free and you have to pay the energy cost. The reason it's so good is because it's an extension of your own hand. It essentially gives you another 7 cards that you could potentially play. So if you have a card in even if you have a card in your hand that you want to play, you use his ability because you could find the same card in there and just play it for the same amount of energy, and then, wow, you just got a +1 for nothing. You had nothing you had to pay for it at all. I think he's extremely underrated. One of the best cards that I like to search out with him is Gohan's old mentor, Focus Mind Piccolo. One of the coolest Piccolo cards we've gotten by far. He's a 3-cost 15,000 with blocker and barrier. And during your opponent's turn, if you have 4 or more energy, he gains 5,000. So he's a 20k blocker with barrier. So he's kind of like a mini blue ape, except he's green. And he looks nothing like a monkey. One of the best options to run if you're running any of the Tournament of Power decks, I believe. Then we run what I believe is specifically made for the Gohan leader, Multiform Tien Shinhan. He's a 4-cost 25,000 power, which sounds great on paper, but his permanent said this card loses 5,000 power for each Tien Shinhan in your battle area or combo area. So that includes himself. So essentially, by himself, he's a 4-cost 20,000. Now, when you play this card, if your leader card is Universe 7, you may place 1 card from your hand in the drop area. And if you do so, choose up to 3 Multiform Tien Shinhan from your deck and play them. The reason I think he is specifically tailored towards the ability of Son Gohan is because you can combo with all your cards in rest mode. So you can attack with him multiple times and then combo them all off, or you can just play 1 and bring the other 3 out, and right there they can all combo. That's plus 20,000 for 1 card. Or 2 if you count the card you discarded. But that's still really friggin' powerful. And if you only get 1 or 2 of them out there, then they're... Say you only get 2 of them out there. Then you have 2 Tien Shinhan, with 15,000 power. They can both attack once for 15,000 apiece, swing them at your opponent's leader, and then combo and off for another 10. Not to mention the flavor behind the card is really fantastic, and so far they've done an amazing job with the way they've been handling the lore of the game. Then, by far, the finisher for the deck is Results of Training Son Gohan. This card, I was in love with this card since it was spoiled. He's a 5-cost, 25,000 power, or you can evolve him for 4 of any color on a Universe 7 Son Gohan. His permanent says, if there are 2 or more Universe 7 in your combo area, this card gains Triple Strike. That, combined with the leader's ability to combo with rest cards, is ridiculously overpowered. It's crazy how many times I finished the game just because of that Triple Strike. And then his auto says, when a card evolves into this card, if your leader card is blue, choose up to 3 Universe 7 with energy costs of 3 or less from your hand and play them. So you can play Piccolo, you can play the other Gohan, you can play the Goku if you had it, you could play the Super Combo if you have it. It's crazy the amount of things that this card allows you to do, and to just be able to sweep the opponent off their game once you've got enough in the combo area to get that Triple Strike. Now, ideally, when I saw that this was a blue leader and this was going to be the first deck from the Tournament of Power that I built, I knew I was going to be running 4 Raging Spirit Son Gohan. Easily one of my favorite characters, one of my favorite cards. I love playing this card in every blue deck, and it fits so well just to play it with a Gohan leader. But the Tournament of Power also gave us another combo card we could play with this deck. And instead of choosing one or the other, I chose to play both and ran Infinite Energy Android 18. She is another 1-cost combo card, and all she requires is a Universe 7 leader. So Gohan being blue, I can run her, he's Universe 7, and blue, and a future Gohan because the leader's blue. So I chose to play both of them, and you would think that that would be too many for these, but 15k just to throw at your opponent over and over and over again is a lot of pressure to throw on them, especially when you're constantly drawing more cards with the leader's ability. And the best way I thought of to take advantage of that, since pretty much every card I charge is going to be blue anyways, since there's no specified energy costs for most of the cards, I run 3 Zen-Oh button. Now, I did have 4 in here, but 4 seemed to be a bit too much, as I usually didn't need them, since most games don't seem to go past 4, maybe 5 energy at the most. So I cut it down to 3. I feel like 3 is a good number. You just play all your stuff, tap yourself out. Your opponent attacks, you Zen-Oh button, and then you combo with one of your 8 combo cards and play them to the board. Then the last Universe 7 card we play is Master Roshi Forged of Will.
Right, let's do this.
Him being a counter-attack negate that you can play for any color is good on its own. The fact that he gives you a body to put on the board just to combo with whenever is even better. On top of that, since Gohan likes having Universe 7 cards to combo with from your battle area, Master Roshi is a perfect fit. Now, I did have a couple situations where I didn't have anything to combo, so I literally just hardcast the Master Roshi just to combo him away. But more often than not, because I had the Zen-Oh buttons, I could Zen-Oh button on the first attack, drop a future Gohan or drop an Android 18, and then negate the next attack with Roshi, and that gave me a combo card for Gohan on the next turn. Another card that I run that goes great with the Gohan leader is Videl, Gohan's partner. Now, I was running 4 of them. I ended up taking them out last minute just because I felt like it wasn't really necessary to have 4 of them. I put the other 2 in the side deck, but the fact that he is still Son Gohan Adolescence, she's just a free blocker that you can play at any time. And I feel like free blockers are ridiculously amazing right now with the aggressive take that the meta has taken. I know that they can be KO'd by pretty much everything, but if your opponent chooses to waste a KO on these and not one of my better cards, then I'm all for it. She's served her purpose one way or another. Then we've got our super combo for the deck, Backbone of Universe 7, Son Goku. I really like this super combo, not only because you can combo them when you're at 5 life instead of 4, which you really don't want to do, but I guess if you wanted to keep a specific card from getting killed, you could play this to stop it and still get the draw power, but also because he can be searched by a variety of different cards in the deck. He can be searched via the 1-drop Goku, he can be searched via the 3-drop Gohan, and if you're at 5 or less life, you could just bring him out and then just combo with him if you really needed to. I never did that myself, but if you felt the need to, if you were in that desperate of a situation, you could. I also really like him because we run 3 Universe 7 Representative, which I really like this card as well since I can search pretty much everything in the deck with it. Not to mention, it's also a Universe 7 card, so when you look at the top 7 cards from your deck, you choose a Universe 7 among them and add it to your hand. If I needed to, I could choose this. I could choose a Gohan. I could choose a Goku. I could choose the Super Combo. It was just a really nice searcher card to thin out your deck and get the pieces you needed. Then, since we're running a blue leader, of course, I had to run Unyielding Spirit Trunks. I'm only running 3 in this build, and that seems crazy since I run 4 in literally every other blue deck that I play, but I was kind of tied up for space for a lot of things, so for some reasons there's a lot of 3-ofs in the deck, including just 3 Sensu Beans. I really couldn't decide which one to run 4 of, and I didn't want to run 2 of either of them, and like I said, I was pressed for space for what I wanted the deck to do, so I tried out 3 and 3, and it worked pretty well. Sensu Bean, of course, is a much better defensive deterrent when you can just slap it on your leader and your opponent has to combo extra cards when they're on the offensive. But you have to have 1 energy active to do it. And that's why I like Unyielding Spirit Trunks, because you can just combo him when it's your turn and open up a free energy. But like I said, I couldn't decide which one to cut down, so I just ran them at 3 and 3. Now, with Tournament of Power being as fresh as it was only out for 2 days during the event, so we didn't see a whole lot of variety outside of Tournament of Power stuff. We ended up playing against 2 different Universe 9 Trio to Danger decks, one of which was using the Bergamo leader, and the other one was using the Super Saiyan 3 Goku leader, which that one was a little more aggressive, but other than getting the 3 energy free at the end of every turn, the only thing that did is grant you the ability to tap yourself out and then play extra counters, which really was just, it really just slowed the game down. It didn't really give me much trouble at all, except for just stalling me out. It didn't do anything to really threaten my board. And then we played against everybody's favorite, Universe 2, and we did pretty well there. If you let the deck get the things off that it needs to, the deck is really ridiculous, and it's hard not to since both the Ribrianne 2-drop and the 5-drop have barrier, so there's no way to really get around them outside of a variety of cards, a couple of which we side-decked. The first cards that we side-decked was Fully Trained Son Gohan, and you may be wondering why the hell you would do this, but since the 5-drop in the main deck is a Son Gohan Adolescence, you ran 4 Fully Trained Son Gohan, and his permanent gives all Son Gohan in your hand evolve for 2 red and 1 other. So you play him on turn 2, and then you can evolve into the 5-drop on turn 3 instead of waiting on turn 4 if you wanted to go that aggressively. So if your opponent awakened you early enough, or you managed to push enough damage out early game, evolving into that 5-drop Gohan a turn or 2 earlier makes a world of difference. Then, since we were splashing some red in the deck, we threw in 4 Miraculous Comeback Ultimate Gohan. Of course, this is still the best Gohan card ever created in this game. 6 cost, 25,000, double strike. If you have 3 or less cards in your hand beside him, you can play him for 2. When he KOs an opponent's battle card, deal 2 damage to your opponent. So blockers really are not a hindrance with this card. That's why we side decked it. Also, running over cards that might be a threat is a lot easier to do, especially if they're weaker cards, and you just, like a Kaba for example, you just swing Gohan at them, and unless they really want to combo that many cards to keep that Kaba or whatever alive, this Gohan is definitely going to put in the work. Not to mention, even if you couldn't get your hand low enough, which is very likely with this leader, you could just evolve him onto a fully trained Son Gohan for 3 energy, and then just let him go to work on your opponent. Then, like I said before, we side deck 2 Videls in case we needed them against extra aggressive decks. We sided 2 Mass Saiyans, mainly for things like veggies, just because you can play him for 1 energy, and then you can blow up 2 Kabbas, 2 Khalifas, a Kale, a Kabba, a Kale, a Khalifa, whatever combination. So I think Mass Saiyan is a really big threat to the veggie engine. And then lastly, for those pesky cards with barrier, we sided 3 Cold-Hearted Strike Frieza. He's a 5 cost, 20,000 with dual attack, and when you play him, you can place a Universe 7 from your hand in the drop area. If you do, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and switch them to the rest mode, and those cards cannot be switched to active mode during your opponent's next charge phase. So you could just switch them, and just leave them there for a turn, not even worry about them, or just straight up kill them if you needed to. This would be better against stuff like Universe 2, Ribrianne, or Apes, or things that really get in the way, or even against Goku evolution chains. If you want to hit their smaller Gokus and kill them before they get into UI or Mastered UI or Lord forbid the new secret rare, this Frieza is definitely the card to do it. Overall, I really like the Gohan. I think that played properly, he can be just as good as the Frieza leader. I won't say that he's better. I won't say that this build is competitive, but I think that Gohan could stand a chance if he was built the right way, because he does have an insane amount of aggressive draw power and aggressive finisher potential with that Awakened Leader's ability. But if you guys like this deck, if you enjoyed the deck profile, if you want to try it out, let me know. Hit that like button down below for us. You know, we appreciate all the support we've been getting, and we appreciate all of our subscribers. You guys have been fantastic with all the views and the comments you've been leaving on the videos. Feel free to try this deck out. Let me know what you think. Any suggestions you might have as well. I'm always open for constructive criticism and just discussion in general on how to make other decks better that is not just Super Saiyan 3 or Captain Ginyu. But we're going to go ahead and get the freak out of here now, and we'll see you guys in another video.
Ha!